Okay, so then you met Giannina, and I mean, my most memorable moment from the show was y'all's relationship, and kind of like how toxic it was. I mean, was it toxic? Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah, it was toxic.
It was toxic as fuck. I didn't want to put that label on it without you saying that, but yeah, I just remember like the scene in the kitchen. Like I just remember a kitchen scene and where she said something and.
Oh yeah, the infamous scene.
Yeah, like I remember like that one's the one. I don't even know what was exactly said, but like that, I just remember y'all arguing, and that was like the thing that I remember.
It's marked in my head. It's marked in my head. You know what I mean? Yeah,
it's scarred. And, but yeah, that was a tough like. Was that tough for you to deal with afterwards?
Fuck yeah, it was tough.
Because
and that wasn't the only time it had happened. So
right.
Like,
that was just what the camera caught.
Yeah.
Okay.
So thank goodness they edited some stuff out because it would have really broke me. But,
right.
No, I mean she was literally like, "Hey, you know how you always say it's the best sex of your life," and I never returned the compliment.
Right.
And I was like, boom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was like,
tough.
I had such an anxiety attack in a little moment. I was like, man, fuck that, just fucking hurt. And it was like, because I'm open to discuss things. I'm very open minded. I'm like, if you like something or you don't like something, tell me, and I'll work on it and adjust.
Right.
And I mean. I was about to get really defensive, you know what I mean? And I did for a quick second. I was like, that's not going to help. I was like, and I'm here to like, the big reason I went into this experiment was to understand women better and like see what they see, like understand things the way they understand them. So I was like, if I get defensive and I start pushing off, I'm just going to crumble this whole relationship before it really has a chance to start.
Right.
So I went in and, and I don't think they really showed it, but, I gave her a hug and I was like, hey, like, I'll work on it. I'll show more initiative. I'll be better.
Trying to be a good guy.
We'll talk through this.
Yeah.
And things will get better. So that was a tough scene. After that, I really, behind the scenes, I didn't even really talk to Giannina about it, but I started doing research online and like watching videos, like not about just sexual performance, but how to stimulate a woman.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, you did your real detail.
I did deep research.
Damn.
And like what stimulates a woman and like what makes her come more. Like so. After,
Jesus Christ.
So after that.
Jesus Christ, this is getting X-rated.
Yeah, it is, but it's true. Right? It's true.
I'm a man of God. Come on, man.
Yeah. Well.
No, that is I mean, I guess you took the initiative to get after the things that because as a guy, you just always want to be better.
Yeah.
So.
And after that, I took this like mental vow to myself, and I mean, it was very, very few occasions, but after that, I was like, I'll never come before a female.
Right.
And I've stuck true to that. Like,
wow.
You know what I mean? So.
Wow, that's amazing. You're better than me.
Yeah, and I mean, you probably get somebody like, oh, I can't. Well, you can. I mean, do we need to add a vibrator? Like, what do you like? Because I'm sure you do it on your own, right?
Yeah.
So that was, for me, it was a big turning point. And then, after the show came out, we filmed in 2018.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
the show comes out in 2020.
Right.
And then, I'm doing this like press tour and everybody. That was a big question. What
right.
about that sex scene? What about what she said about you? How do you feel about that? How do you handle that? I'm like, well, it's 2 years later and we're still together. So I did something right.
Right. I will say though, I was thinking about this today that it must have been, it's tough expressing your feelings in front of cameras. Like you got to think the average person doesn't do that. And so I do kind of like, I do sit back thinking like, man, I kind of not feel bad, but it's just like, not that if we put cameras on a lot of guys, there will be a lot of shit that, people, you know what I'm saying? People like kind of not assault you, but like, they say these things about you or sometimes I'm like, okay, yeah, that would happen to any guy that, I've cried, but I wasn't on camera crying, that type of thing.
I cried a lot on camera. Like every time I turn around, the camera's like, oh, is Damian crying?
Yeah, like, oh shit, let's get it. I mean? Yeah, so that must have been tough. So then fast forward, y'all get to the altar and then I don't really remember. Well, I mean, like, you can tell me what happened because I don't really remember exactly what happened. So you told her no when y'all came to the altar.
Yeah.
Okay.
What she said. Yeah.
Right.
Now look, no woman should ever be put in that situation.
I know. I mean, it's 9 days, bro. It's insane.
No. The course of the whole show filming from pod day 1 to wedding was 7 weeks.
Oh.
So we started filming October 1st. We didn't get done. My wedding was November 15th.
Oh.
9 days from meeting in the pods, talking in the pods, to blind engagement.
Oh.
And then we went to Mexico for a week.
Got you. Okay, so y'all started doing the dating things. Like the girlfriend and boyfriend things.
Yeah, and then we moved into an apartment together in Atlanta. for filming, and then I had our wedding. But that was the thing too. Like if you got married, we had our marriage certificate. We went to the courthouse, got our marriage certificate. So if you said I do, you were actually married. And a lot of people was like, was it real? I was like, yeah, yeah, it was real. If it wasn't real, I'd be like, hey, yeah, I do. Like we'll figure this out later. Because you never want to be that person. But
right.
That was a big thing too. Is like Giannina never wanted to get married throughout the entire show.
Oh, okay.
She was, she broke up with me like 3 or 4 times off set, like off camera.
Right.
So there's a lot of stuff happening behind camera that nobody saw, even the producers, right? So I'd come in and it's like, I know what's missing in our relationship. And I'm like, well, what? And she's like, I think we should just be friends.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's a lot missing in a fucking relationship, So, and I still loved her. I was like, okay, well, we'll slow down. This is fast for both of us. It's something new. I was like, if we just need to be friends first, we'll be friends.